Are Disney cartoons racist? Before this question can be fully discussed, there are a few things that need to be clarified. Is this a good question to be asking? Who really cares if Disney cartoons have racist characters or moments? They are mostly good films with some great messages in them. The answer is yes, you should care what's in your entertainment. There have been many different studies, articles, and arguments on how and how much a person is influenced by media, but it does happen. Animated films are no exception, and they probably have more influence than usual because they are targeted towards kids and are meant to be watched over and over again. How many times have you watched movies like The Lion King? For this video, when I use the word racist, I mean something intentionally added to show one race possessing characteristics usually specific to that race, indicating that that race is inferior or superior to other races. Now we can answer the question, are Disney cartoons racist? There is no time to go through all the particular characters or moments in all 100+ animated theatrical releases, so here are some of the more agreed upon cases for racism in Disney films. Aladdin is a film that has gotten quite a lot of criticism in its time. For example, in the opening, there is a song that starts like this.
I come from a land, from a faraway place, where the caravan camels roam, where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
The original film was released on November 25th, 1992. By July of 1993, the Disney company had changed it. When you buy a copy of the film now, you will hear,
I come from a land, from a faraway place, where the caravan camels roam, where it's flat and immense and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
This song, as well as several other scenes, were challenged by the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee. They said the song played on stereotypes and was offensive. There are a few things I wish people knew about animation and movies in general. They almost all play on stereotypes. Animators have only 80 minutes or so to tell an entire story, so animated films use stereotypes as shorthand to get the story going. It's exactly the same as meeting someone for the first time. You make hundreds of unconscious judgments instantly. The way the person acts will either confirm or challenge these judgments. If you refuse to change your preconceived ideas, then stereotypes start to become a problem. The idea in animation is to start with a half-finished character from the outset and then change things so the audience gets a better understanding of who that person is. Places and cultures work in the same way. Yes, it's barbaric, but hey, it's home is a stereotype. I don't, however, believe it is a harmful one. First off, Agrabah is a fictional place. Anyone thinking that what happens there is a realistic portrayal of the way people act should probably stop viewing fiction. However, good fiction is based on truth. People seem to agree that Agrabah is set in a Saudi Arabia-like place and takes place around 1000 AD, plus or minus 500 years or so. There is an interpretation of Islamic law called Hudud that talks about cutting off one or both hands as punishment for stealing. It's actually still practiced in a few places today. Normally, however, there is supposed to be a trial. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home. Dumbo. There have been quite a few complaints that this scene from Dumbo is incredibly racist.
See, I seen all that too. I seen a peanut stand and heard a rubber band. I seen a needle that winked its eye. But I be done seeing about everything when I see an elephant fly.
This does appear to be racist from the point of view of someone from the 21st century. However, Dumbo came out in the early 1940s. This is a time when this sort of thing was fine.
Magic mirror on the wall, send me a prince about 6 feet tall.
During the 40s, blacks were considered equal under the law, but people hadn't fully changed yet. There was still strong segregation in places like schools. In some areas, blacks and whites couldn't even use the same restroom. This is the cultural backdrop for Dumbo. The crows were very important to the plot of the movie, teaching our hero to not let fear and doubt stop him from achieving his dreams. I believe Disney was very progressive towards blacks. Disney needed the crows to be recognizable as part of the black culture. If he had made them seem less stereotyped, they might not have been as recognizable, and Disney wouldn't have been making a strong statement. Disney should be praised for this act rather than attacked. Pocahontas. I'm a little disappointed at how many people consider this a racist movie, but they do. Their argument usually goes something like this. The movie portrays Native Americans as stoic and nature-loving people. Not all Native Americans are like that. Therefore, it's racist. This argument is a non sequitur. The conclusion does not follow. Another common argument is a variation on, this work of fiction does not portray things in a realistic way. This is an actual argument used by people who should probably know better. Educated individuals actually think that works of fiction are too unrealistic. Historical fiction is actually a great way to get people interested in and teaching a topic. This movie is a great example of a learning theory called tangential learning. There is a quick overview on how it works. A young kid, Paul, watches a Disney version of Pocahontas. Maybe he thinks that's the way things actually worked, talking trees and all. Still, he thinks that world in which the characters live in is interesting. He wants to know more. He looks up Native Americans and finds there are many tribes, many different and diverse cultures. He gains an appreciation for their stories and culture. Paul is now a wiser and more educated person. This method of self-teaching is one of the most effective out there. Not everyone goes out of their way to learn what is true and not, but I think it is still a great idea. But really, if you don't like people taking liberties with the truth, you really shouldn't be watching fiction. So, is Disney racist? Maybe, maybe not. The trick is to view all your media with a critical mind. Do some research when you're done with a film. It takes a minute or so to look something up on Wikipedia. Ask questions. Start a conversation with someone over it. Really ask the why question. Why did they put that in there? Why do I think that's racist? Why should I watch or not watch something? Learn something and enjoy it. Have a great day.